So today's topic is going to be all about unhealthy addictions. Well, my unhealthy addiction anyway. I doubt that makes it any better. I'm getting kinda scared now. Greetings fellow Vita fans, this is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And be sure to leave me your thoughts and opinions on this topic down in the comments section. Okay, so maybe I should try and rephrase things. In today's topic, we're going to be talking all about PS Vita games that I keep coming back to. Yeah, that sounds a bit more YouTube friendly. What kind of power do they hold over me? Well, we're about to find out. And let me know what PS Vita games you personally keep coming back to. Borderline addiction, but hey, better than drugs. This is the first game that I just can't get enough of. Well, that will go to none other than Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. And I know exactly what you're thinking. Really? The spin-off game, that's the one you keep going back to? And well, yeah, pretty much. And even I don't know why. I don't know, maybe it's all that baby aspirin I took this morning. But I think what it all comes down to in this case is that as much as I love the Danganronpa series, once you know who the killer is amongst the crowd, then the story for it isn't really high on replay value. At least not for me. I know there's a lot of extras to unlock and whatnot, but for me, the biggest part of the Danganronpa series is to find out who done it. And if you're like me, guess wrong half of the time. But for Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls, which was a spin-off 3D shooter, but not really much of a spin-off because it did go along with the actual storyline and it is canon, I still find myself going back to this game on a regular basis. It's just a fun 3D shooter. And being that we don't have a ton of third-person shooters on the PS Vita, that's what really made this a welcome addition to its library. And I would say if you are indeed a third-person shooter fan and are looking for a new game on the Vita with solid controls and kind of a wacky, goofy theme to it, I would highly recommend this one, though I also would say you should play the first Danganronpa game first if you're into following the actual storyline. And hey, we got shooting evil mechanical bears. You can't say you can do that in every PS Vita game. Actually, this might be the only one. Second PS Vita game that's even more addicting than drugs, I would assume, which actually surprised me because I didn't expect to like this game as much as I did, but that goes to Halloween Forever, a 2D, I guess you can call it a 2D shooter platformer, all centered with a theme around Halloween. Oh, in the description, you gotta hear this. Something mysterious is happening in the pumpkin patch this Halloween. You control Pumpkin Man. Best name ever? A humanoid pumpkin thing animated by occult forces on a quest to discover why things are so creepy. And you vomit candy corn. I guess for a game like this, that's pretty much all the story you need. But what I loved about this one is that it really did have solid controls. And the more you play it, you unlock other characters, whom of which have more shooting-like elements to them. And in that case, it becomes a little bit more of a light Contra game, sorta. I know technically speaking on paper, you can't compare a game like this to Contra, but you get my drift. Or maybe I'm just going insane here, I don't know. Not to mention, it's just pure pick up and play. This is something that you can play on your way to work for a few minutes and have a satisfying experience with lots of stuff to unlock and satisfying trophy challenges. You just can't go wrong with this one. Oh, and this game gives you the ability to vomit candy corn. Did I mention that? So, shooting candy corns out of your mouth not enough for you? Well, how does shooting, bullets sound? Not quite as interesting, but fun nonetheless. This is Skyforce Anniversary, an extremely solid shmup on the Vita. This is one of those games that has such a great control scheme that I can only say it's as smooth as butter. And you all saw my sausage fingers in one of my previous videos. You know I love to eat, so there's got to be a food reference in at least one of my videos. And what I love so much about this game is, yes, while it is your traditional type of shmup, it has so many things to do, along with missions and challenges. You can just beat the level as you normally would, or go for one of the side missions to earn more money and extra difficulty. But it's one of those titles that at the beginning, you have this ultra super high powered plane only for the game to take away all of those power-ups after the first level. Yeah, it's kind of one of those Metroid type of deals. Only in this one, you're forced to buy back all of those upgrades via a shop. And let me say one thing here, if you are in fact planning to beat this game, expect to do a lot of grinding because it's going to take a lot of time for you to earn back all of your weapons and unlock all of the levels, many of which have prerequisites for you to accomplish in order to unlock them via the extra missions. Oh, and currency in this game is stars for some weird reason. That's almost as weird as shooting candy corn from your mouth. Hot Shots Golf World Invitational be the next game we're going to talk about, or as it's known everywhere else in the world, Everybody's Golf. Not sure why they just changed that for North America, but it does seem like lately we have been going by the original title. And let me just say here off the bat, for some reason, this game right here, even though it's the OG title for PS Vita, I always keep losing my save data. Not because of corruption or anything like that with the Vita card, mind you, but because of my own stupidity, I guess. You got a feeling nobody is surprised by this. I keep starting the game, but then I would end up switching my save data to another memory card, but I would forget to save it onto my PC, and yeah, for some weird reason, I'm always having to restart my progress in this game. But hey, for a title like this, I don't mind it as much, just because it's so much fun, even though the platinum for this game is way beyond my reach at this point. But hey, it's a golf game, so it's a title you're either gonna love or hate. And as golf games go, yeah, it plays like your typical one, but it plays very well on the Vita and has a ton of stuff to unlock. And it even sort of has RPG elements thrown into the mix, because the more golfing you play, the more you level up your character, the more abilities you will acquire. I really like that about it, though it doesn't feature shooting candy corns out of your mouth, so 0 out of 10 for that. Alright, this next one is dedicated to all of the anime fans out there, because, believe it or not, we have a decent amount of Konosuba games on the PS Vita. But the one that I want to talk to you about today is called Konosuba Attack of the Destroyer, which might be the best name ever. So they basically took the Konosuba anime and made it an over-the-head shmup. Huh. I like where this is going. So you take one of the main cast members of the game. Oh, and might I add, the more you progress in it, you'll unlock some of the side characters, and it's up to you to, well, honestly, I don't know because this game is in Japanese, but I'm assuming you're going to be saving the world as we know it. And although you will be having to save said world on your lonesome, you will be able to pick up a partner character throughout each of the levels that will assist you in your quest. Your quest to save the world, I'm assuming. You will also have the ability to access the shop during the levels to recover health or upgrade your equipment. So yet this is another game that kind of includes RPG elements to it. But just be careful, because if you accidentally blow up the shop, much like I did by accident 1 or 2 times, it's inaccessible for the remainder of the level. And I don't think I really have to explain here why I keep going back to this game. It's a shmup, so it has high replay value. It's not very long. In fact, I would say it takes the average gamer roughly around 15 to 20 minutes just to beat once you get the hang of it. Wow, 15 to 20 minutes to save the world? That's not bad. But it's just one of those pure fun games that I just find myself not being able to get enough of. Oh, and it might have other reasons for why I like it, but I'll just leave that up to your imaginations. Dude, they're pixelated. That's fine. Pixelation has its place. Oh, and just a quick heads up here, this is in fact a Japan-only digital release that was included with one of the physical Konosuba games as a download code with the early copies. So if you don't have access to that or a Japanese account, then you might have to find other unorthodox ways of playing it, if you get my drift. And thus that will conclude my addiction video. YouTube, you heard nothing, regarding games on the PS Vita that I just can't help but get enough of. Do I have more than that? Oh, I certainly do, but can't do everything in one video, so I'll be saving that for episode 2 of this segment in the future. But in the meantime, I'd love to know, what PS Vita games do you find yourself always going back to? Please let me know down in the comment section, because I'm very curious. And hey, maybe it'll match up with one of mine in the future. So tell me all about it. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Alan Iwazuk, Shin Snake, Joseph Razmick, Frayden, Zakrito, Robert Johnson, Bushin Ryu Cat, Milk-sama, Neo Arashi, Reiko Star, Matt Fox, B-Mystery, Makis Blob, Zake Blue 1, Larry Anderson, H-Hitter, Jelly, Lori Sweeney, Richard Cruz, PS Vita S, Adam Sondi, Hero Acer, Rodrigo Vera, Aaron Swanson, Heston Joseph, Kevin Enright, Jared Haddo, Joshua Williams, Clayman Malarkey, BMF, Skullshirtugal TCG, Adam Thury, Per Sterner, E-Rock, JR, Kyle Brooks, Saul Ramirez, Phantom XRS, David Ray, Wendy K, Hemdall Imbert, Gutter Drums, Dr. Super Artie, Romp King, Donut Valley, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, Azumara, 1488 Dental, Sakib Alam, Smug Wolf, Matt Hargett, Mazgus, Tasha Monty, Eric DeWitt, Juan M. Hermosillo, Burrs and Mystery, Kayonko, Hector Gonzalez, Jamie, Crazy Cat, Colossus, Ricardo Martinez, Michael O'Connor, and Robert Sylvester. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much. And just why do I keep losing my save in Hot Shots Golf? The world may never know.